We've noticed a change in this, haven't we?
What's important, I think, for us to really look at is consumer behavior.
That's how we react as humans. We want it fast, we want it now.
And if you're still using the same marketing tactics, the same messaging, the same approach to that consumer from 10 years ago, you're missing out.
The consumer out there is thinking, there might be a better alternative.
We've found the institutions, we've brought them together in one place. And all of a sudden, you're instantly going in with 6, 7 offers, telling the person who wants to sell their house that I have 6, 7 offers right now. All right, everybody, welcome back to another edition of The Real Estate Consumer Shift. I'm Jason Wells, here with my partner,
Tim Evans.
You know what? Normally you don't get this kind of conversation, but Tim and I were talking, and he had an experience on cheating. That's right. Today we're talking about cheaters and cheating on a real estate show.
Yeah, exactly. And Jason, let me start with this. I'm going to ask everybody
You're gonna give
listening
the excuses why you cheated, all right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they always do.
And hopefully, some of the folks listening has done the same thing and feel just as guilty as I have. I got this wonderful cowboy hat. Bought it right on Amazon. I was looking for a cowboy hat. I own a few of them. Knew the size I wear, 7 1/8. But what the interesting piece on the story is, my family's known a Western wear little mom and pop shop right next to where my dad used to cut hair for over 50 years, and it was right next door. We know the family. It's where we would go as I was little as 4 or 5 years old to go get Wranglers and boots, and I had shopped there my whole life.
Little Timmy and his Wranglers and boots. I love it.
Exactly. Know the family well. So the other day I was online. And it's like I'd like to buy a nice new black felt hat, and I was sitting there thinking, I just don't want to fight downtown, Chandler traffic and go through, driving 7.5 miles to run to the store to do it.
It's not very convenient to do that.
Yeah, it wasn't. So I just popped online. I wonder if Amazon, see what they have. I'll just look, and if they have it, then I'll run down.
Because Amazon's where you go for all your Western wear, right? That's Amazon. Your Western wear? No.
You have no. You're like, no way. But it's like, maybe I'll find the hat I'm looking for. I'll see it. Ristol is a good make, and lo and behold, I looked, and there's Ristol hats, and they had every size, every color, shapes. And what was interesting was they had it by different stores that had photos. But I was going on the photos, Jason, and when I was looking at the photos, most of the photos had just one picture of the hat. It would be, just like this.
Yep, here it is.
Here it is. And certain price ranges. But as I scrolling across the screen, I noticed one of this hat particular had 6 photos. And I got, how you go and you put the little plus sign on the photo and it blows it magnifies. Yep. There you go. And I got a chance to really look at the hat. And it was $100 more than the hat right next to it, which I think I know was the hat, but I didn't risk it, right?
Mm-hmm. So you're seeing one, you're like, I think that's the one that I would want.
Pretty sure.
But it's got one photo.
And I'm not for sure. And
the other one, though, looks good. 6 photos. You've got a pretty good idea.
That was it. And I knew that pretty much that was it. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to take the chance on, and this is it. And I don't have to deal with a return, right? Don't want to have the inconvenience of a return.
Right. Even though it's available, it's an inconvenience to have to send that back.
I've got stuff on Amazon. I don't even return it, right? I'll find a use for it down the road.
That's right. At this time of year, you gift it to somebody.
That's right. I paid $100 extra, but I think, have we been in that position before? I should have gone down and supported that family-owned shop. I've been there shopping for 50 plus years, and I love the people there. Know them well, and they treat me very, very well. But it was just the inconvenience of going down, fighting the traffic, getting downtown, having to park down the street, walking to the shop because it's congested down there.
Yeah.
And to go through that, and I just did it online.
Just said, out of a curiosity, started out with a curiosity. Could I find something on Amazon? Right? I'll go look. And then you start seeing, hey, there's some stuff here. You probably hit Prime, am I right?
Yep.
Yeah, because you
pay for it.
You pay for Prime, so you're going to use it. And that also lets you know how quickly you can get it, right?
Right. Next
day.
So
I'm paying for it. I'm going to use it. And now I know I can get it the next day.
Right.
And you found one. something about hats I want everybody to consider. This isn't like buying a polo shirt or something. When you're buying a hat, there's a certain look to the hat. There's a certain fit and feel to the hat. It's not just, oh, that's a hat that's my size and it's black and it's felt. Awesome. Done. Right. No, especially when we're talking about cowboy hats, they have all kinds of different shapes to the brim and the top of the hat. So tell me about that.
Yeah, you're different, the different shapes, the different, the thickness. There's a lot and how it wears on the head. Different sizes can, you might have a Justin hat, and it fits at a 7 1/8, but you get into a felt hat, it's going to fit different from a Ristle. So there's just uncertainty in and around how it fits just in that. Mm-hmm. And that's what was really like, am I going to mess this thing up, right? Can I really make a mistake here? But I could look at it and I could see it and I was like, yeah, I think this is going to be just fine. And when I got a chance to really glance it through in the shape and the form and the cut, all of it with even from the band on it, I could see.
Even the hat band.
Even the hat band, you can see. I was like, yep, that's it. Mm-hmm. And lo and behold, came in, it fit like a glove. And it's just so nice I didn't have to make a trip 7.5 miles. It would have been 15 miles round trip and take, a couple hours to go do that.
Right.
And I'm in and out.
And you were willing to pay an extra
$100.
$100 for the convenience of it all.
And plus Prime.
And plus the Prime, right? So
don't forget a Prime.
117 this month.
But all joking aside, Jason, here's why I think home selling, and this is what we're talking about, is going to be no different.
I think you are absolutely onto something, and that's why when you were telling me this story, and you're like, this just fits perfectly. I said, you're right, Tim. This is something we have to talk about today, because buying a hat, people can say, well, I was just buying a hat. Every step of your journey on that parallels to that of a home buyer.
100%.
And a home seller.
Absolutely.
Every single step of it parallels.
Right.
And if we think for 1 second that the consumers are going to be like, oh no, I have to put it on. I have to try it. I have to do that to know, we're just wrong. We're living in a different world now where that's not the case.
Absolutely. And the thing that was so interesting about this when this happened was, I didn't have to meet anybody.
Nope.
And it's not that I don't want to meet them.
Well, you even, in this case, the people.
I know the people.
It'd have been like going and seeing some friends.
It is, but it's just like, okay, I'm going to get in. I have to get in some conversation. I'm going to have to talk. Sorry, I haven't been by in a few years.
That awkward conversation.
That awkward conversation. And that was the thing that sort of, I didn't have to face that. And I think that's sort of how people are nowadays. They come home, they're in their moat. They just want to, pull it up and go on their castle, and they just want to be bothered. And many times, or have to face things. And home selling, I think, is a lot of, because think about when you sell home traditionally. And we're going to pick on this a little bit. Man, you got to sign in your yard. You got that lockbox. You're meeting. You got to see people. You got to get it ready. You got to have it staged.
Even think about the lead up to listing it.
Yes.
There's the need to, okay, now I got to talk to an agent. How many agents am I going to talk to? Who's the one I can talk to? And if I talk to an agent, that agent's going to want me to work with me. And I don't want to set the expectation that I'm going to work with them because I have a friend or whatever. And there's all of that. Y'all know what it's like.
Yeah.
Y'all out there have gone through it when you're looking to hire an agent, or you as the agent know your consumers go through that, and they don't look forward to that. If they can just sit there at home, go through something online or an app, that is what they're going to do. Now, that doesn't mean that they're ready to push the button and buy, right? As a society, we're not quite there in the home buying process that they'll do it. Are we moving that direction? Is the day going to come that happens?
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's good.
Absolutely, it's going to. But they want to do everything short of push the button and make it happen. They want to have as much certainty that hat is going to fit them, that agent has the solution. They have a product that can sell my house in the time frame I need it, with the convenience I want and the certainty I need.
Right. And the speed it can be delivered. I mean, there's all of these factors that come into play. And so when I was shopping, the intent wasn't really to buy the hat. There,
No, that started with a curiosity.
It started with curiosity, like, oh, let's see what Bristol has, or Bristol has.
I'm just going to take a little look.
Yeah.
It's just a little look won't hurt.
And I will go down to Sabas and buy the hat. I just take a little look and let me just see if I can find the style.
Before you know it, that slippery slope, you done gone and cheated on them.
Yeah, exactly. And it all happened from the George Strait, Willie Nelson's 90th birthday. See Mr. George in that black hat. I said, I got to have me one of those.
There you go. See, so there was even an interceding event that caused the motivation to spark.
Right. 100%. You know, it's how it works. So. But I think, you know, back if you were to position a home online, right? So we do understand the multi-list service. We can position a home there where people can see certain things. But I think it's going to be very important where we can position a home where it answers all of the questions as much as it can absolutely answer for people. And what the homeowners, you know, like they're putting it out there for that price and here's why, whatever it is.
Right.
The reason it's important is just as I was going through that shopping experience, I was looking at the photos. And as every photo I would click on would solidify even further that I was going to make that purchase. So Amazon had me with, or the store that they repped had me with the photos that they positioned. And you could see how that played out. It almost worked to the benefit that they had a few of them right in the beginning and only had one photo.
Right.
And I went through the process and bingo, there it was.
Right. Well, but isn't that also the way that for an agent, if you're out there marketing yourself and you have one photo, let's call that one way of doing things. You have one offer that you make. I list my house and I do it the traditional way. You tell them I have a 21-point marketing plan, whatever it is, right? 52-point marketing plan, pick your number. And that's the only thing you have? Well, in the consumer's mind, it says, okay, that's what you have. You have that hat. I don't even know that that's the hat I want, but that's the only hat you've got available. So I'm going to go look at the next one. And then when somebody puts up different options, like it's the same hat, still selling the house, but they say, look, I have cash offers for you. I have the ability for you to sell the house and stay in it. I have the ability for you to go buy a house and then sell. I have the ability to mass market it. Right? You start looking at those different pictures and you go, that hat's the one for me.
And amazing. You self-check yourself out. And I think where the home will be positioned this way is where buyers will be shopping. Just have a platform online. Now, there is a lot of other questions, right? We have disclosures. There is.
Sure. There's the whole process.
The home is a big product, I would say. Of questions.
Which is why, as we as agents, we remain essential. We're
100%.
We're not in any way advocating for the agent to go away. We're advocating for agents to think differently.
Right.
Think differently about how you approach things, how you bring the consumer in, how you convert. That's what we're asking you to do. Think differently, because the process, you didn't need to go down to the store.
No.
So you didn't want to go to the store until you needed to go, and the need never came up.
Right.
So you bought because you wanted to buy it.
Right.
Every consumer is the same way. When they're looking to buy or sell their house, if they're looking, they don't need us. They don't think they need us. The process will show them they do. But at the beginning part of their decision making, they don't think they need us. Right? So what they want is convenience, and they're looking for that. They're looking for options. They're looking for something else. And then we have to be there. Okay, well, here's what I have what you want, and be there when they need you.
100%. The agent plays a very critical role in helping the understanding of what the best product is for them, because there's just terms and questions and things that are around that. Even when you get into the contract, there's certain things that need to be explained. So the need for the agent never goes away. But what we're about, Jason, I think, is really simplifying the process.
Yeah.
So if you like, I say, a kind disruption and easy way of doing things, and sort of hitting that easy button, that's what we are discovering and figuring out at a very fast pace.
That is correct, and that's what the consumer wants.
Absolutely.
Right? I have a question for you now, Tim. If we think about that mom and pop shop as the realtor, okay?
Yep.
What could that mom and pop shop have been doing to ensure that you bought from them and you didn't go cheating on them?
Well, that's a great question. The online presence was missing. So the site's a little wonky, not update. So it's it's challenging in the fact that if you do try to search for inventory, like things or for product there, have we been on all those sites, right?
Oh, yes.
You're trying to find something on a different site. That's why you always seem
It's clunky.
so you always see, and then you got to put your new credit card information in, right?
Yep.
It's like, oh, I got to go through the PayPal or whatever we
I need
check
to create
out.
another account.
I got to create another account, and I got another card on file. Right. So that's why it's just like Amazon always pops up. But so it is the presence online, and I don't know if they would have had a some event or something, family thing or something, where I could have connected back in. It was just a little bit of that awkwardness too, walking in there.
Yeah, because
Like
it's
you
been
said,
a little while.
It's been a little while.
And agents, you have that. So think about this: if you're you are that family who's sitting there with the hats to sell, you've established yourself as their realtor for life. They're never going to cheat or go anywhere else on me, right? And I do an event here and there, and that's going to secure them. This is a lot of how the agent mind is. What the consumer is waking up to. And some of you out there listening may not have yet had this hit at scale in your market. I'm going to tell you, this isn't like a Phoenix thing or an Atlanta thing. This is a consumer awareness thing. The consumer wants it, and as they become aware it's available, they change. So you as that shop owner, agent, what you have to hear, what Tim's saying is strong online presence, right? Not a clunky, wonky site. You need to have something that they can easily find, navigate to the things they want. I want to know how you are going to sell my house. I want to know how quickly you're going to do it. I want to know how convenient it's going to be. I even want to know how much you're going to charge me.
Certainty. Yeah,
right?
it's answering all the questions. Transparency.
Transparency.
Yeah,
Ask yourself,
yeah.
is that on your site?
Right. Are you transparent? Yeah.
Right.
Great.
And if you're not transparent, ask yourself, how many are you missing because you're not, that would otherwise come and buy the hat? Because that family could have actually had pictures of that same hat. It's likely that they sell that hat.
I know I've guaranteed they sell this hat.
So they could have had the pictures on their side of that hat. They could have had a checkout button where you could buy it, and they could have had a thing that says local next day delivery.
And I could go touch it, feel it, put it on, and make sure I had the right hat, right?
And
it
you'd
had
have
all
bought
of
it from them.
And I would have bought it from them. But there was a piece in there. I think this is important. As agents, we may not talk to our clients for life or past clients. Maybe every year or 6 months or whatever that is, right? We're not with them every week or having dialogue with them, unless they're family. Maybe you are that special agent that can do that. But most of us, we get to transact. There's a party.
Correct.
You're not with them every day, and it's like, I don't want to say a nice divorce, but you sort of move
you
on.
Try to go your own ways.
Yeah, and I'm just saying that's life, right?
Yep.
It's what happens, and that how I felt, me going back to face the shop that I bought from and the people I endure, felt sort of awkward.
Yep.
And you don't think the seller's not thinking the same? It's like, man, I have not talked to
I don't even know if Tim's in the business anymore.
John
whoever.
in a while.
Right.
Yes. Not only do you feel bad you haven't reached out to him, but they feel bad that they haven't reached out.
Correct.
It's like, we haven't talked to him.
That's
It's
true.
like, I wonder what he thinks of us, because
Yep.
we are bad sellers. We must have been really bad for him because or that's what he's thinking about us, because we're not reaching out. So
That's exactly right.
There a lot of that goes on, and so they will do different things. And that's why they may go to excuse me for my phone. That's why they may go to a online service.
That's right.
Just alone.
That is right. And so we all need to be aware of how we are showing up online, how we are presenting our different products, and have more than just a one trick.
Yep.
This was a fantastic one. Thank you for bringing that in. You got to
put on the hat.
You got to
right?
put the hat on, right?
Absolutely, right
And
here.
sing me some Amarillo by morning.
Yeah,
now.
Amarillo.
It looks good. I can see why you got it. That actually
absolutely.
really does look good.
This was a great session. Just to get folks thinking a little bit of what really is happening out there, and we're, like I say, we're figuring this out and going to put you right in the front of the line on this, if you follow us, to really make you think differently out there, right, Jason?
That's entirely correct. We are in this. We're figuring it out. We want to figure it out with you. Thanks for joining us on Cheaters.
Yeah,
I feel like that's what I need to say. Thanks for joining us on Cheaters, which is really the real estate consumer shift. We will see you next time.
See you next time.